I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know you're left with your fight. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, that in the glow that let you know to call your brother son.
In the world, I always felt alone. I was the black sheep of my family. You know, I was diagnosed with autism at a very young age, at the age of 30. Back then, I couldn't communicate well. I couldn't walk right. I couldn't speak right. I had a lot of problems. Growing up, my motivation, you know, was the Power Ranger. The Red Ranger was somebody I always wanted to be like. A person that is a hero in life to all that need it. My purpose was world peace. I always said for that. As growing up, my challenge was to be someone strong enough to be a leader. Through many trials and tribulations, I've been on multiple medications, sometimes even 30 at a time. Overall, how I got through it is the environment I was in. I wanted not to fit in, but to feel normal. I would take time with speech therapy. I would take time with practicing to stop walking on my tiptoes. And being able to actually, over time, understand my mind, but control my mind. As I got older, through about the time I entered middle school, I could speak normal. My THs was THs. My S's was S's, my R's was R's. There was no more slurs. Around that time, I had family problems going on. A lot of violence, abuse, drugs involved, and I felt hopeless. Family is something I didn't have. As a black sheep, I had no way to eat at home. There was no food at home, no gas, no heat, no air conditioning. We had windows to open up in the middle of summer. And I would just have to have my shirt off if I wanted to cool down. In the middle of winter, all I had was a pile of dirty clothes I could take from the laundry to pile up on in the bathroom. The way of getting sick from being in the bathroom and stuff, it really wasn't worth it. Eventually, through all the abuse I went through and fighting through with my autism, depression kicked in at a time when I was around 15. Around 15, I went realization. You feel these cuts in your body. You feel like you don't have control of your body, your speech, or anything. And a lot of people say it's like mental torture. Well, going through this, it made it even harder because a person who's autistic can't stand change. So, as I deal with these struggles, I had to learn to adapt past my autism and conquer my autism to be able to face my depersonalization head on. Eventually, over time, I started studying Dr. Sebi's documentaries and stuff like that. And I got into learning about Bruce Lee's diets and regimens. I decided one day when I got my first car that I wanted to do something with my life. I've been suicidal most of my life and have over 100 attempts. But I just felt like to finally have something that I earned from a job I used to work called Tweak Systems. And when I used to make pretty much $1,600 a month without having to worry about taxes and such, I was doing pretty good. Had me a nice car, credit was in the 700s, and the 2016 Honda Civic. I had a moment, I forgot exactly what happened, but one of those suicidal tendencies kicked in. But instead of reacting to it, I said I wanted to do better. I got something to live for once. I called my Uncle Pete up and I asked him, what should I do in a situation where I feel I still have hope, but I want to try my best now that I have a chance to be at my best? He told me, when you go to sleep tonight, he said, as soon as you wake up in the morning, he said, start your day. He said, you'll know what to do next. Well, that day I went to sleep and I woke up. First thing I did was grab my basketball and I played an album called Apologies in Advance by Sylvan LaQ. Every morning I would get up at 5 o'clock. I would hop in my car and grab my basketball, bring my phone, and I would go to this dead end in Eden. And through the whole album every day, I would just dribble the ball the whole time as the album played. Learning to apologize to myself for taking in all the burdens and not taking the time to love myself, but putting everybody else first. Well, as I dribble this ball every day, I take time to do 100 bicep curls, 100 tricep curls, and 100 push-ups. And after that, I would do my yoga stretches, and then I will go ahead and end that night the same way. I would do this for about a period of a month. I would harness semen retention in the process, and I would train as if I had to make my own purpose, as I was breaking out of every cage that mentally held me, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually. And as I went through this, I found the mind fascinating. It can just take one breath from your body through meditation to heal one body part. The human body is really stronger than you think, and as I go on this journey with it, I realize heaven is not on earth, it is not in the sky, but it's within you. And now these days, my purpose in life, is to find my soul style, the style of Dougie, and treat that as my base of heaven, and allow that to be as big as I want it to be. I'm gonna find the real me, be the best me, and I'm gonna enjoy it like heaven is me. This is not to quit, and when you try, you have to treat it as if your obstacle is shrouded around you from your problem. You gotta be able to ignore that and just say you're gonna do. You're just gonna do. Every problem you got, in one way, shape, or form, it's like waking up out of bed. It may seem hard, but the truth is simple. You just have to do it. Now, you have a mental, emotional blockages and this and that telling you, nah, man, I got this and that to worry about. Don't control your emotions will control you. If you learn to master your emotions, you can do anything, because then you decide what you want to do. Your emotions won't decide for it too. And do the same for your mind. And that's what I can say for the youth out there. Please, and watch it do you the best. For a while, I have been homeless. My thing is, just don't give up, ask around all the time for housing programs, for this and that, jobs, if you're able to, if you're able to go ahead and maintain your hygiene and get proper clothing, don't be afraid to apply for jobs, homeless shelter, stuff like that. Get your job, go ahead, get some money, and these houses may not be fair, but I've learned recently a secret, the next door app. You can go ahead, download that, and you can use that to get maybe you a $500 room or something for yourself. So get a little secret many people don't know getting off the street. I recommend that. Definitely don't give up. You have to move. When you're in an uncomfortable zone, you could either sit there and let it swallow you up and go to drugs and all that, or you're gonna make up your mind that if you're alive and you ain't dead, that means you gotta do something. Because until you're dead, you got some work to do. You gotta put that work in and get back on your feet.